deep dive into sign language. Sign language itself could be straightforward sign language discussion, or it could be more cultural, more artistic in design, or it could be more casual. Just really depends. Awesome. Y'all see the picture? That picture up there? I took that picture 2 weeks ago here in Florida, up in Melrose. I saw it and I was fascinated at the butterfly. It's about like morning time. I just wanted to stop my meditation time and pause my meditation and, saw the butterfly, took a picture and wanted to take a photo. And was thinking about this workshop actually. So really the example is connection with nature. But really it's the relationship to how to play with language, how you recognize language, and those different things have, those different qualities of language and what. So you know how in ASL we have this hand shape that shows painting, and you could use this hand shape to show painting and demonstrate. There's also other hand shapes you can use, such as these. There's different kinds of hand shapes. And there's also different ways that you can show how you're overlapping paint with using colors. But really, it's how you play with language and using the signs to describe what you're doing. If I really just stood up here and signed and presented, or maybe I was chatting with a friend, just having a casual conversation, maybe it's with people I enjoy talking with. But really, though, when I'm up here signing and performing, it's a different story. You would want more visual abstraction and acting during that performance. You really want to expand on something and what you're really discussing. You guys will see a different picture later. There's a strong focus on emotion, as well as connecting that to signing and how to express that within storytelling and signing and using rhythm. Strong with using movement, okay? You guys have any questions? If you guys don't understand me, please go ahead and raise your hand. Let me know, interrupt me. We have about like 2 hours left. 1 hour and like 50 minutes actually. All right. Everyone all good? Is your energy good? Tired? Need coffee? Or you guys good? Woken up? Awesome. Question? I have a question for you actually. If you have something you want to ask me, or if you see something on Zoom has a question or wants to comment something, they will let us know here in person. Okay? Great. So just type it into the chat. Next slide. Sorry. It shrunk the slide actually shrunk when I had put it up here. I'm so sorry about that. So the letters look really small. open discussion. And really, we'll discuss what the goals for this workshop looks like. We'll discuss emotions and movement and really what that looks like as well. Really, the goal is to visualize meaning and using movement and using overlapping emotions and signing. Why visual movement? We'll be discussing that. Movement classifiers and, for example, dancing. Miming. Visualize, different types of dancing, such as, how these people dance. If it's a famous dancer or, someone else, you have to really demonstrate through your signing, especially who and how they move or how they're dancing. And then we'll have a break. Next, have finding the deeper meaning. What we will be discussing after our break. That I have a translating process that you guys will work in groups and work on translating processes. Then you guys will identify things in that picture and really analyze that and visualize how to start the first thing that you want to sign and appropriate translation and signing. Then we will figure out how to change that into more of an acting mode and signing story and expanding on that. And then next, we'll do building exercises. So then after we'll finish with all those things, the building part, you guys will have the opportunity to get into groups and discuss and just get creative. That'll be the creative part. Or if you know something that, maybe is unclear that you want clarification on, maybe it could be, just make sure it's not anything that's super. You'll see my example later, okay? And so just make sure it's something kind of short, but make sure it's creative, and we'll just make sure to ask first. And then at the end, at the closing, you guys will discuss afterwards, here on out, what to do and how to apply what you've learned from here on out. Maybe something during this workshop you guys will learn, you will discuss what you have learned and how you can apply that later on to something like a hobby of yours, or maybe your children, or, even whatever, and signing to them. Adults, and how adults have kind of their language models for kids. But anyways, we will discuss that from here on out. That will be the closing. So, great. Everything, you guys following me? Awesome. Perfect. Just trying to move the podium. Everyone can see me fine? Hold on, just a moment. All right, perfect. All right, okay. So emotional movement, using emotion through movement. Let's make that connection to water movement. You guys, how many examples you guys can tell me about water? Rivers and waterfalls, rain, hard rain, or rafting rivers, or water droplets, a basin, or boiling water, frozen water, rock hard, frozen. Another person says, yeah, frozen water, ice. Another person says waves, different types of water. Oh, water going down a mountain. Awesome. Those are all great examples. Now, go ahead and copy me. I know you guys are sitting. Just move your hands back and forth. Just like this, with your palms spread out. And sway them back and forth using this type of rhythm. And using this rhythm, clapping your hands together. Rain. And combining that with droplets, and then storming, rain, heavy rain. And then turning that into boiling water that erupts and goes all over everywhere. And then everything's getting destroyed and it's a whole mess. And then it all calms down. So, you guys got me? So, hold on. You guys feel the different transitions of like emotions and energy? What are you guys feeling during the different transitions? Tell me. Mad? Someone says mad? Yeah, during that part of the story. Like storm. Feel like a overwhelming of emotions. Someone else says calm and relaxed. Quiet. A range of emotions. Perfect. So now I have a question for you all. Now, using this sign that usually demonstrates conflict within storytelling and visual movement, Zoom person said, Tracy, she commented courage, peace, joy, conflict. Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Great. Awesome. So, any of you guys, someone said experience. There's so many different things that were included within the performance, but really it's important to be clear. Really, how to be clear is have a topic. The topic, you guys know, I recently discussed water. And then I said, okay, follow me. But yeah, you guys know the topic was water. But hold on a second. What was the opening? Was it me telling you guys water, or was it me doing just the action? Classifiers in movement and hand shape. Using classifiers. You know, how using a car and then rocks on a road and all that kind of stuff. So using my hand like this, something obvious that you guys want to start with. Like getting hit on the, just feeling a droplet of water coming down from the sky. And then from there on out, then you can start to use the classifiers and add that on out. And use your rhythm. But if you don't start with that, people will be like, oh, what's he doing? But then if you guys start without giving that information, then, you know, that's okay. But it's really important that at the end you can use this. But you really have to use movement for your audience to understand what you're depicting. You know, people who are butchers and they butcher fat, they have a bunch of tools and different things. They have a certain coat, and they have a meat grinder, and they have a saw, they have a bunch of different things. And they bring that with them. And they have a bunch of metal things. They have rock tools. And they're super knowledgeable and skilled, right? So, really, so to connect that, it was really connected to a book to how to control your fire. You have to learn how to control that fire and tame it, really. If you're cooking on a stove or using maple wood and using that to put on the fire. Oh, and to order clarification, the presenter is talking about how to describe certain types of fires burning, or how to cook, or using a stove, or using campfire and such. So you can describe using classifiers how to control the fire, tame the fire, and also provide specific information that will impact your audience and make them feel, wow. Okay? So really including movement connected to emotion and emotional movement within your storytelling will be beneficial. So you guys have noticed recently when I was doing this with my storytelling and my facial expressions. So just watch for a second. I'm sorry, just hold on a second actually. This time, no facial expressions, none. And then I'm gonna not even do any body movement or anything. Presenter moves his hands in a way that depicts something, but this time he doesn't use any facial expression or body movement and just moves his hands in the way. So anyways, you guys all see the difference? Raise your hand from the back. They said it felt like someone had died, right? Feels like just dead. It was like same old, disconnected. Grace, feel nothing. It was just like dead, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. So my motion, my signing, I really had to, it really works off of my facial expression. I really want you guys to focus on my hands and what they're doing. That's why I just did the demonstration. You guys can't focus on 3, 4, 5, 6 different things at once, so it's really important to seclude and divide each and every one. So now you guys can, so just one thing. Let's hold on to that, right? So by first just using the hand motions and practicing that and visualizing what that looks like and reflecting that. Or fish, for example, a fish outside of a water flopping. And then add the emotion, the strength, and the eyebrow movement. And then keep adding and more layers onto your story. Great? You guys got it? So really, it's up to your way and you're up to your mind and processing. What do I do and how do I convey this? You know, it's really up to you how to visualize. And for example, how I want my house to look like this, this, and this, and I want this, this, and this, and have a huge list of things that you want. And then as soon as you get the house, you go ahead and put and visualize things, but then later on, you start to critique those things and then backtrack. So then you start to focus on one room, and then year after year, that's when things start coming together. So really, it's kind of the same process and the same principle. So let's go ahead on to the next slide. So I really want to go to, hold on, what time is it? All right, great. One more icebreaker. I try to be careful with the Zoom people on camera. Icebreaker, then the Zoom can see each other, or not really. Let's shut this off.